Welcome back to Classic Mini DIY. On the last video, I showed you all how to take out this old, tattered, and worn battery cable out of your old Minis. Many of you will find that your battery cable is worn and just needs replacement. If you did not see that video, I linked it below. You can take a look and see how to get that battery cable out of your car. We will not need this old cable anymore. This is garbage, so off it goes. Our friends at J Handyman Garage took an opportunity while they were at the scrapyard last to pull out a really nice cable from a newer Volvo. This has a much thicker rubber coating around it, and it's a little bit thicker gauge wire. So this is going to be a nice replacement for our Mini. It's going to prevent it from tearing and shorting in the future, which is great. For this job, you're going to need a few tools. One, you are going to need everything that we had in the last video. So that's a jack, 2 jack stands, you're going to need a socket set, you're going to need a power drill, and you're going to need some manual screwdrivers and flatheads. You're also going to need for this job a rivet gun. You can screw in screws to hold the brackets on the bottom of your Mini, but I strongly recommend using a rivet gun. Even if it's just one of these handheld ones, which is really simple, not very expensive at all. It's going to be a much cleaner install. It's going to keep your cables up off of the ground and out of the way for any debris or anything that's on the road. So very important tool here. Other than that, you should be all set. So let's go ahead and get this new cable put in the car and get the car rolling again. All right. Alright, so first things that we're going to need to do is attach the battery cable to your starter. So the first piece you have here is your new terminal. Now that's going to connect to the terminal located on your starter motor, which is right down there. The angle here is not so good, but I'll give you a little bit of a look here so you can see exactly which terminal I'm talking about. It is right down there. It's that small piece of copper that you see down there. I've already attached the terminal down there since there's not a whole lot to see at this angle, and run the battery cable straight down the bottom there. You can see it right there. And that's going to be run back to your start button or all the way back to your battery, depending on what age your car is. So moving on, we will get down underneath the car. Alright, so what we had to do here was wire up the car from the front to the back. So you'll see the wire starting at the top right corner of the frame here, and it runs all the way to the starter button, which is right there, bolted on and happy to go, and then all the way back to the back of the car here. And then once it reaches the back of the car, it goes up a small hole right around there and into your trunk. So this whole portion, just make sure that you wire that wire away from your exhaust pipe in a very tight way. So I generally will put my riveted clamps on my wire. In addition, I also put zip ties. The zip ties are just a little extra safety there. Most people probably don't do that, but I just like having that extra bit that I know is going to be strong and holding on that wire. Up at the front, it's just got 2 riveted clamps. See if we can adjust the light there a little bit, and one in the center of the frame there, and then one a little bit farther forward, and that goes up to the starter motor. And that's pretty much all there is to it. So you connect your starter motor, connect the floor start button if you have one, and then you go up to the back of the car and connect up your battery. And I'm going to jump over there and show you how to do that here now. Great, so the last thing that we need to do is reattach the battery terminals. So as you can see, I've already reattached these, but I replaced my terminals with some really nice organized terminals for additional wires that come and get connected to your terminals on your battery. But the cable that's coming from your start button or your starter motor is going to be your positive lead on your battery, and that's this one on my battery back here. And that gets reconnected, and then once you do that, we can go ahead and give the car a start and make sure that it starts up like it should. Alright, so the next step is to just test to see if your connections are solid and your car starts up. So we've got our battery connected, we have our starter motor connected, and if you have a start button, we have that wire bridged through your start button, which is down here. So let's go ahead and give it a go. We've got power, ignition lights off, meaning the battery is not charging currently. Go ahead and start it. Ignition light went off, and that means that our battery is getting a charge from the alternator like it should, and we are ready to roll. Alrighty folks, thanks for joining me today on Classic Mini DIY to get that battery cable reinstalled on your car. If you have any questions, let me know by posting in the comments section below. Otherwise, enjoy your new battery cable, enjoy your car, and get motoring on.